Restaurateur, I think what we call is a circumstance. It became a circumstance in life. What I am really, I'm a traveler at heart. And when I came here to the United States, out of traveling, I became a family man. Then I needed to really focus and create a business. So what would have been the best business for me in terms of, I would say, in terms of feeding my soul? Well, it's the restaurant business. Because with the restaurant business, I can travel everywhere without going nowhere. I just travel with the people every day. And in the same time, I do something that I love, which is food. My earliest, well, it goes back to when I was maybe 10 years old, I would say, 9. There were pieces that I was totally, they're made out of glass. And we used to play with them. We used to play on the street, but with our fingers. And I used to collect in my whole body every crystal piece that inside it were different multicolor little, I don't know what they call them. Marble. They call them marble. Yeah. There were marbles, but there were marbles with the colors inside them. That was my first recollection of something that attracted me. Took me to think about colors and the artistic value of something. Well, art is also it's life. I mean, art is it's a way you look at things. It's a way you. It's like a mirror. You can see yourself in them. You can see yourself in sculpture. You can see yourself in painting. You can see yourself in people, and that's for me. It's a form of art. That's what's all about. To a certain extent, but not. I don't think it's an extension of myself. I think it's an extension of people when they express themselves. I like it so much. Some I can afford, some I cannot afford. But some also, I can turn them into something that I would like, but I can turn them into pieces, art that I would like to have, that I cannot afford. For example, if you see the Guardia Civil here, what made me make the Guardia Civil? It's not because of the Guardia Civil. I love Monzo, the sculptor. It's an Italian sculptor, and he did a series of called the Cardinal, and the workmanship of the cape in Monzo's work. It's so divine. It's so beautiful. But I cannot afford Monzo. So I made a cape that makes me happy to look at it, but it's not a Monzo. It's a local artist. Her name is Helen Post. And it was a small sculpture, but we kind of commissioned it to be as high as you can see it. It's about 8 feet. But the whole thing really is the cape that really attracted me in Monzo's art. Cannot afford it? Make it happen in a different fashion. The culinary and some of the aesthetics, in a term of some of the aesthetics, I should maybe, some of the aesthetics here in terms of colors, I should give credit to Jennifer Sparks, Aziz's mother, or my kid's mother. She played a big role in creating the colors of this place. Definitely, that's it. The culinary side, Well, I grew up and I come from a family that really love to eat. And they really know how to cook. I mean, I still up to that after so many years. I've been all over many places in the world and ate in many restaurants. I still find their food quite something. You know, I haven't yet found a better hand than my mother. And from that, well, my degree in understanding the culinary, the art of food, is because at a very early age, I tasted it, and I tasted the right thing. Which there is a say in Algerian, who had the taste at the very beginning of his life would never be happy again, because he's always looking for the taste. Yeah, it is. It's a home style food, but it is approached from a business perspective. It is approached from that's why we have no recipes. Practically, aioli has no recipes. We do things because of the taste. So that's what makes it. Like, for example, it's like if you see the old cultures, they transcend. I don't know if you can say it, they transcend the knowledge of art in cooking by hands and by taste. There's no such a thing, right? And that's what aioli is all about. In many ways. In many ways, but we should not forget that Spanish culture has expanded itself once upon a time and has flirted with many cultures. So I am part of that. You know, Spain, Andalusian, Turkish, Mediterranean, South American, all that Spanish cuisine has developed its taste to another level. So it's not just about chorizo, it's more than that. Taste is more global than people think about. Yeah. I would like to think so, because, you know, I remember when I came here in this corner and I opened aioli, you know, people didn't know what was a Spanish tortilla. They was expecting to have a Mexican tortilla. So, but I would think so, because the people that came through those doors have developed a liking to it, and it's becoming almost, I would say, an institution. But that's not up to me to say it. It's really to Sacramento to say that. In terms of aesthetics and art, it has evolved with time. When I go to the aesthetic side of it, I can also mention Sherman Warren for the beautiful work he did with his, for example, mid-century lighting. The fountain outside. I mean, the touches of other, like you said, you wanted to talk about outside influence. Well, Sherman definitely has created a spirit in aesthetics at aioli in a big waves. I think customers, and also, you know, if I look at the other arts sitting on the other side of the wall, but the bar, it belongs to a person that worked in this place for a long time, and his name is Jason. He has played a big role in this place. I mean, besides working in it, but also has brought a lot of energy that is artistic. When he dealt with his customers, when he dealt with that, and all that. There's a lot of outside influence, you'll be surprised, but, you know, aioli's been here for 24 years, I can go on and on and on and on. I would never end. Even myself, look at the beard is getting white. It's to be black. Well, the evolution of aioli has been part because of people that has worked in it, put a lot of knowledge, their knowledge into the place, be it the front of the house or the back of the house. We were unfortunate today for quite a long time to have a hand like Pablo that came from a totally different background in taste, but somehow he embodied what aioli makes it and take it to another level. I mean, Pablo has, the chef at aioli, has incredibly created I would say, a hand that understands the evolution of what aioli can put in a plate. Well, art has seems to have a big presence here at aioli. But also the reality is that aioli is a public house. And public, what is their mirror? What is their mirror? And their mirror is to see themselves into the place. And because they to see themselves into the place, art is it's a big thing that makes people see through the art, not only themselves, but also their thinking, the way so they look, because aesthetics is loved by everybody, be it great aesthetics or be it mediocre aesthetics. It's still aesthetics. And it is seen through the eyes of the people that is looking at them. So if they come here, they sit down, they look around, they are taken by it. Excuse me. They are taken by the aesthetics because they connect. It's a way to connect. That's why art is part of people. Always been and always be. Well, I think I like art. So if I feel for it, I buy it. Or I try to have it, from one way or another. But the reality is that I am most of the time living almost in this place. And I like to be in a great surrounding that has pieces, colors, paintings, sculptures that I connect with. Like this, I feel like my environment is rich. Doesn't mean rich in money, but rich with culture. And that's what I am. I am culture. We are culture. People are culture. We create culture. We make culture. Well, art and food, can we say they go hand in hand? Yes, in ways. Art, what we call, is an inspiration that comes from the outside to the inside, and food is a taste that comes from the outside to the inside. So is art taste? It can be. Is food colors? It can be. And because in both fashion it can be, they go hand in hand, there's no doubt. Art and food is done. And it goes as far as we go as people. Anthropologically talking, yes, art and food is hand in hand, almost the same. Almost the same.